Hello, this is Pastor Sidney of the All Faith Church Liberation in Chicago. I wanted to read today from the book of Judges, chapters 4 and 5, the story of two women who were very important in the defeat of an evil general named Sisera. He was famous for being a rapist as well as a murderer of people and civilians um, and I think what this hopefully we'll be able to teach is that the Bible is very much against racism and very much against rape and sexism and misogyny, because the first part will be covered by the fact that two women, one of the people, Deborah, and one from another country, Jael, gathered together. The two of them, even though they weren't aware of each other, they fought together on separate fronts until they came together to kill this evil general that had been hurting the people of this part of the book. So without further ado, I'm going to read the Judges 4 and 5 because it's exciting, and let's do it. Judges 4, chapter 4. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them into the land of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, who dwelt in the Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron. In 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at this time. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. He had 900 chariots of iron. 20 years he had mightily oppressed the children of Israel. This is verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time. And she dwelt under a palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the mount of Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, Hath not the Lord of God of Israel commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and the children of Zebulun? And I will draw unto thee to the river of Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. And Barak said unto her, If thou wilt go with me, then I will go, but if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor. For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hands of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet, and Deborah went up with him. Now Heber the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, and the father-in-law of Moses, had suffered himself from the Kenites, and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zainim, which is by Kadesh. And they shewed Sisera that Barak, the son of Abinoam, was gone up to Mount Tabor. And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day of the Lord, in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. And the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and his host with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet. But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the host unto Harosheth of the Gentiles. And all the host of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. Howbeit Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, For there was peace between Jabin and the king of Hazor, and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera, and said unto him, Turn, my lord, turn into me, fear not. And when he had turned unto her into her tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said unto her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk, and gave him drink, and covered him. Again he said unto her, Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be, when any man doth come and inquire of thee, say, Is there any man here? That thou shalt say, No. Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground, for he was fast asleep and weary. So he died. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him, and said unto him, Come, and I will show thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So God subdued on that day Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the children of Israel. And the hand of children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan. This is Judges chapter 5 now. Then sang Deborah and Barak, the son of Abinoam, on that day, saying, Praise ye the Lord for the avenging of Israel, when the people willingly offered themselves. Hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye princes. I, even I, will sing unto the Lord. I will sing praise to the Lord God of Israel. Lord, when thou wentest out of Seir, when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, and the clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted before the Lord, and even Sinai before the Lord God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, the son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel, and that I, Deborah, arose, a mother in Israel. They chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or a spear seen amongst 40,000 in Israel? My heart is toward the governors of Israel, that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord. Speak ye that ride on white asses, ye who sit in judgment, and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages of Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah! Awake, awake, utter a song! Arise, Barak, and lead the captivity captive, thou son of Abinoam. Then he made him that remaineth have dominion over the nobles among the people, and the Lord made me have dominion over the mighty. Out of Ephraim was there a root of them against Amalek, and after thee Benjamin among thy people. Out of Machir came down governors, and out of Zebulun they came the handle of the pen of the writer. And the princes of Issachar were with Deborah, even Issachar also, and also Barak. He was sent on foot into the valley. For the divisions of Reuben there were great thoughts of heart. Why abodest thou amongst the sheepfolds, to hear the bleatings of the flocks? For the divisions of Reuben there were great searchings of heart. Gilead abode beyond Jordan, and why did Dan remain in ships? Asher continued in the seashore and abode in the breaches. Zebulun and Naphtali were a people that jeopardized their lives unto the death of the high places of the field. The kings came and fought the kings of Canaan and Tanakh by the waters of Megiddo. They took no gain of money. They fought from heaven. The stars and their courses fought against Sisera. The river of Kishon swept them away, the ancient river, the river Kishon. O my soul, thou hast trottest down strength. Then there were horse hooves broken by the means of prancings, the prancings of their mighty ones. Curse ye, Meroz, said the angel of the Lord. Curse ye bitterly the inhabitants thereof, because they came not to the help of the Lord, against the mighty. Blessed above women shall Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, be. Blessed shall she be above women in the tent. He asked water, and she gave him milk. She brought forth butter in a lordly dish. She put her hand to the nail, and her right hand to the workman's hammer. And with the hammer she smote Sisera. She smote off his head when she had pierced and stricken through his temples. At her feet he bowed. He fell, he lay down. At her feet he bowed. He fell where he bowed. Then he fell down dead. The mother of Sisera looked out at a window and cried through the lattice, "Why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariots?" Her wise ladies answered her, "Yea." She returned answer to herself. Have they not sped? Have they not divided the prey? To every man a damsel or two. To Sisera a prey of diverse colors, a prey of diverse colors of needlework on both sides, meat for the necks of them that take the spoil. So let all thine enemies perish, O Lord. But let them that love him be as the sun when he goeth forth in his might. And the land he had rest 40 years. This is a beautiful passage because it kind of simultaneously shows how the Bible is both very against, arbitrary war and violence, against racism, because it was Deborah of the people and Jael from outside the nation of the Kenite nation, which came together, even though they hadn't planned each other. They had both worked together. And Jael, even though her husband was at peace with this evil general, she herself, as a woman, thinking of other women, thinking of the women together against this army that was stealing women, a damsel or two, as they say, and spoiling everybody and taking the spoils. This is a moment of what some people might in politics call solidarity, but it's even more intense than that. It's the unity of women being strong against sometimes men not being strong, either evil like Sisera or weak like Barak, because Deborah needed to be there as the judge, and this Jael, this foreign woman, was the one who really did the deed. And one more thing about it, which I want to say, people who think the Bible has nothing to do with talking about racism, this was rabbinical folk. These were Jewish folk who decided to make Jael the one who got the prize. A foreign lady got to be celebrated because she was the one who actually did the deed and got rid of this evil man by using male things like the workman's hammer and using male tools, defiant of the sexism that was in this time period, just like it is now. But in this book, women stood up for themselves, stood up against a rapist and a murderer, and brought together a beautiful vision of all women and all people getting together against oppression. I could go on, but I think it kind of speaks for itself, and I hope that you've enjoyed this reading of Judges 4 and 5. And keep it in mind when people tell you that there's no such thing as racism being talked about in the Bible. The whole point of the Bible is to get us together as people of all races and all genders to fight against the evil things and to bless a better vision of a better world. Thank you so much.